Hello YouTube, it's Trust, and welcome to the second episode of the Bear Hug Radio. The goal of this podcast is to get to know OK bears that add value to the community. The second guest on the Bear Hug Radio is Strike. This bear brings so much value to the community. He does cool edits on PFPs, he adds football jerseys, and does not even charge for it. Like Shillin' Villain says, I'm bullish on MFers that do things expecting nothing in return. This degen is a mama's boy. After talking with him for about 2 hours, it is obvious that he has a heart of gold. He is an artist that likes to work on multiple canvases. He likes to work on chalk art, and he is damn good at it.
I've been in bears since the beginning, and I've really only gotten super active in the last probably 2 months or so. Basically, the market's kind of slowing down and big projects are tanking, and I just kind of made a decision that I wasn't going to mint anymore and just focus on the communities that I'm part of already.
Yeah, especially these days. Like I see you like doing jerseys for everyone. You made my New York jersey, which I love a lot. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that actually started from I was in the Meerkat Millionaires, not from Mint or anything. I was making jerseys for those guys, and I made a ton of them. And that's kind of where I got the idea to do it for bears. The Meerkats loved them when I used to do them for the Meerkats, and I do them for free there as well. And I just like doing it, so I didn't really think that it was fair to charge people for something, especially now since we're in a bear market. Plus it's just an edit, it's not an NFT. I'll know that I've made it when somebody puts my edits on Launch My NFT as bear derivatives, It's only a matter of time, man. I know somebody's gonna do it.
Because I saw your post like, hey, if you guys want to donate and stuff, like I'm curious to know if anyone donated yet.
Yeah, so I'll just check my wallet right now. I haven't gotten a ton or anything, and like I said, it was only if people are able to. I didn't expect really to get anything. As of today, I've gotten probably 4 or 5 sold donated, so that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, and I haven't asked for anything, so I've gotten a few people that I've done edits for have gifted me various NFTs from either their projects or projects they're highly involved in. I don't ask for anything. I don't expect people to pay me anything. I do it because I like doing it. I get probably 15 to 20 DMs a day now that I've been doing these bear jersey edits for people wanting me to make I get requests for like every team, every sport, and my response is usually always that let me finish the list that I'm on. I usually try to make a list of like 15 to 20 edits, and I'll work my way through those edits over the course of 3 or 4 weeks, on the high side, and then when it's done, I'll usually shoot out either a post or a message to all the people that requested them and say, hey, what do you want? I'm making another list, and we'll get to it when I get to it. Most people are super appreciative because, like I said, I'm not charging people for anything, so most people are super cool with it, and it's been great. I mean, I love the the community coming together for bears for all this. I'm thankful, man, for real.
Your time is worth something, for sure.
No, and I 100% agree with what you're saying. And probably like a week ago, somebody asked me like straight up. They just messaged me and said, how much do you charge to do these? And I was like, I messaged them, and I don't recall who it was, but I said, 0.5 soul is what I charge. And then I thought about it for like 5-10 minutes and got back to him and was like, nah, dude. I was like, I haven't charged for a single one yet. I'm not about to start right now. Fucking give me whatever you can. If you can't give anything, don't feel bad about it. Like, I could have gone down that route where I could have charged people for it, and it's not an NFT, man. I just don't feel right doing it. I mean, I know I can because it's my time, but I'm too nice, man, for real. I just don't. I would feel bad about charging people for an edit. I really would.
Yeah, but I mean,
further down the line, I decided to do like 1-to-1s or something like that. then I would do it. But honestly, like my long-term goal in NFTs is I'd like to be a part of a team doing an art for a team.
Okay.
I don't want to do my own art. I would like to do art on a team. And that's like my ultimate goal. But I have a full-time 9-to-5 job. I do this in my free time. I volunteer every other Wednesday at a hospital with my dog, who's a therapy dog, and I used to game all the time. Online game, dude, and I don't game at all anymore. All I do is NFT edits. That's all. I probably spend no shit like 25 hours a week doing these edits.
Wow.
Just like nonstop, dude.
Yeah, well, it's a good way to get your name out there. You know, like you got invited on a reputable podcast right now, and
yeah, for sure, man. I'm excited, dude. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I mean, I'm an open book. You can ask me anything, and I'll tell you truthfully how I got into crypto or how I got into NFTs, whatever you want, man.
Yeah, cool.
I'm all for it.
Well, you're from Minnesota, right?
Yeah. So I live in Minneapolis currently. I grew up about 25 miles south of where I am. Been in Minnesota my whole life. I've never been across the ocean. Never been to Hawaii. Never been to Europe, Australia, nothing like that.
Are you like a big Vikings fan?
Yeah, I'm not a huge, like, massive football fan. I'm a Vikings fan because, like, I'm a Minnesota guy and I love Minnesota. So I would say that I'm like a passive football fan. And I know I'm in this fantasy league with you guys, but like I'm hoping I'm not the shoe-in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm sure I'm not into as much football as some of these guys in the chat are. I mean, I get a feeling like these guys have been in, this is not their only league for the season. It's probably like their third or fourth league. This is my only league. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
So what was your first NFT?
My first NFT was Meerkat Millionaires.
Did you buy?
I didn't mint. I got in probably. Oh, I don't know. I've been in NFTs now since maybe like January, I think. I want to say.
Okay.
That sounds right. Because I wasn't in Meerkats for the mint or anything like that. I was actually really into crypto. I've been in crypto since 2019. And I got into crypto shortly before COVID. So like right before like everything crashed. Like the markets crashed when COVID, the pandemic happened. So that's kind of when I got into crypto. And I started trading, all the big coins, Solana. First time I bought Solana, it was like $4 a coin or something like that.
Oh shit! How much did you buy?
I bought 80 coins and I sold it at like $8.
Well, you 2x. I mean,
yeah, man. That was when I first got into crypto. So I was like, fucking making 100% back on your money in like, a month or two. That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So. I started buying the big ones. I never really got into buying Bitcoin, but I bought like some Ethereum and, I would watch CoinMarketCap and charts all day long for like, when I was at work, I'd be constantly looking at CoinMarketCap and, the chart sites, DEX tools and stuff like that constantly all day long. I'd get in trouble for it at work for staring at it for too long.
Where I started my NFT journey, like when I was a kid, like collecting Pokemon cards,
yeah, for sure, man.
And then like, honestly, like for me, it wasn't crypto right away. It was more stocks. I started stocks and so like my friends are traders. I'm actually a school teacher.
All right, yeah.
I teach English as a second language.
All right.
My math teacher friends are big into like trading and stuff. So I got into that. Then started trading, started buying a Solana and a bit of Ethereum and stuff like that. But I mostly stayed in Solana. So I started buying smaller cap, like smaller cap coins.
Okay, sure.
VeChain and the smaller things like that.
Yeah, I bought VeChain. I'm just trying to think. Cardano. I bought Elrond Gold before it like boomed. So I bought Elrond Gold when it first came out. It was like, I want to say it was like $12 a coin. That was before it had that huge run up towards like $400 a coin or something. But I always just made small gains because it was when I first got in. I didn't really know the potential, and my my tolerance for volatility wasn't very high. My risk tolerance wasn't very high. Yeah, I actually used my first, the first year gains of crypto. I actually paid for my wife and I's wedding with the whole thing.
Wow. Oh,
yeah, man. I mean, our wedding, we had a wedding during COVID, so it was a micro wedding. It was fairly small, but I mean, it was like 10 or 12K or something like that altogether. But I paid for it all with crypto gains.
wow. Okay.
So like that was super nice. I mean, obviously the tax came around and it sucked, but you know, it is what it is. I got into my biggest win in crypto. I think like pretty much everybody has one. Do you remember yours? What was yours?
Well,
in crypto trading. Do you have like a story of like just a massive blow off top that you bought really low?
So I got into crypto like a bit later when it was already like Solana was already at like 200 or something, or 150.
Okay,
so, you know,
yeah. So quite a bit later then.
So it was when it was really hot. But so for NFTs, I'm not a good trader, to be honest. Like my best move was getting to the OK Bears, basically.
Okay.
I made a few good flips that made me like 10, and 15 Solana.
Oh wow.
Right?
Okay. Sure.
But aside from that, like I've been investing in like NFTs that are going to zero right now.
Yeah, man, you're not the only one, so I won't worry too much about it.
Yes. So like I was big into bot boards. Like when I minted, I bought a few of them, like at the all-time high, very close to it.
Sure.
And I have 6 of them. So yeah, they're like at 0.7 or something right now. And
this market's tough, man. NFTs are like they're trickier to call than crypto was. You know, my only really big win for crypto is my OK Bear, and I haven't sold it. I minted it.
You minted also? How did you get the mint?
My wife and I got a Cricut. It cuts decals. It's like a crafting machine.
Yeah. My sister has one.
Yeah, so my wife and I got one of those for Christmas so I can make, like in my free time when I'm not doing art on the, or volunteering or other stuff, when I have extra free time besides that, I do like woodworking in my garage. So I'll make like tables for people, and I've made a number of different things, but what's really popular is I'll make beanbag boards, like cornhole boards. Have you ever played that? Yeah, so I've been making those for a couple of years, and I just do them for friends mainly because they're actually like, in order to build like a nice set, it's like pretty expensive, and there's really not a whole lot of money to be made if you're a one-man show on it. So I'll do it for like friends and family, just because the boards that I make are like, in my opinion, they're pretty high quality compared to like ones you can buy online.
Yeah, definitely.
So I wanted to make a custom set for somebody, one of my parents' friends, and they bought me this Cricut so I didn't have to pay for the decals online. So I had this Cricut machine, and the OK Bears thing first came out, and I saw the website, and this is before like all the Azuki FUD came around, where everyone was like, oh, OK Bears looks exactly like Azuki's website. Before all the FUD really happened, I made a decal of the website start page, and I put it on my Twitter, and I said that like I would draw a winner from it in like 2 days, and I would send it to whoever won anywhere in the world for free. And like in the comments, I was like, when I first did the post, I said I'll do it for whitelist, and then in the first comment I wrote, I'll probably do it anyways, so I don't really care. And they got back to me and they gave me whitelist for it, and I ended up sending it to some guy that lived all across the world for me. It ended up costing me like $25 in shipping, but I sent it to him. I didn't charge him for it, just like I said I would. And and that's how I got it. So
if you got this far in the podcast, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps.
My wife and I are expecting a kid and a baby in like 6 months.
Okay,
so I really don't. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. So we had infertility problems. So we had to go through alternate routes for that. I was unable to have kids. So we went through an infertility doctor, and we were able to get pregnant that way, fortunately.
Wow,
and all the money I have right now, my wife would kill me if I spent 25 soul worth of USD on anything right now. I mean, like,
well, it is an
so.
investment, though.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I just don't. I mean, like, I liked, fucking 6 months ago, I would have loved to see 25 soul sets going, or not 6 months, 3 months ago, I would have loved to see a 25 soul set, and I would have bought it in a heartbeat. But that's the thing. There's everybody. It's like the OK Bears thing. Remember when OK Bears is at 150, 200 soul, and all these influencers are like, when OK Bears drops below 100, I'm gonna sweep the floor. Well, here we are at like 65, and like nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's just the game. It's just like everybody says woulda, coulda, shoulda. And when it gets down to the point where they can put their money where their mouth is, like 95% of people don't do it.
Yeah,
so,
we often don't think about our best gains. We often think about the ones we missed. Like Vandals.
Oh yeah.
One of the influencers I follow a lot. I'm in his Discord and stuff, and he started buying Vandals and stuff. And it was at like 1.7 to 2, and I was like, okay, look, I have about 20 soul. I should buy like 5 of them right now. And then they pumped to 3. I'm like, god, I wanted to, like, I was waiting until it hit the 2.5.
Yeah.
And then boom, they went to 10. I'm like, oh shit. Like I was, too greedy. I wanted to wait until it come back to 2.5, but it never really came back. And same thing for like Ghost, the Ghost Kid DAO.
Yep.
I saw the pump, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna, like, hey, I should like gamble a little. Like they were at 1, and then I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy all the ones with the yellow hat. And I'm like, I just didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger, and that was like a conviction play. Like I'm like, I saw the volume. I'm like, okay, let's go. And then I just didn't. And then they pumped to like 13, 14, 15. I'm like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's that exactly what you're saying, man. It's always the ones that you missed. You know what I mean? You always hear people talking about that, especially in crypto. Like, I remember when Solana was $4, or I remember when Solana was 10. People in 2 years are going to be talking about today. I remember when Solana dropped down to $18 or whatever it was. How many people bought it? So many people were down bad that, like, I'm sure everybody wanted to buy it, but everybody was losing money.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna, I don't know. This market is fickle, man. It's tough to play it for sure.
I'm gonna switch the conversation a bit. I want you to talk about your art, because you're a digital artist, I guess. Would you call yourself that?
Yeah, I would say that I always tell people that I'm a digital art hobbyist, and art. I do more art besides digital art too.
When did you start art? Like, were you doing that since you were young and stuff?
Yeah. Yep. So I've always had kind of a, grew up, my parents always like buying me sketchbooks and stuff like that. And I've always kind of been into art growing up. It was always like, I'm always drawing stuff on the weekends and stuff like that. And when I met my wife, we had a small apartment together, and there was these neighbor kids down the street, and they would come over to the house that was right next to us and play with, like, chalk in the driveway. So they would leave all their toys outside like all night. So like I'd have to kind of like push them away so I could get out of my garage and stuff like that, because we had a shared driveway. And one of the times they would leave their chalk out all night, you know what I mean? It would get like rained on and stuff like that. So like one night when I was like grilling with my wife and we had a barbecue or something like that, I had a couple drinks or something, and I was like, oh, I should, take some of this chalk that they left outside and draw something for the kids, because like my wife is like, you're pretty good at drawing, like you could probably do something cool for them. So I ended up drawing and like shading in a 40-foot Elsa from Frozen. Like they'd covered like our entire driveway and like half of the street. And it took me like 4 or 5 hours to do it or something like that. And the next morning they woke up and they saw it outside, and the kids were like loving it, and the parents were like, holy shit, this is like really good. Do you like do this like in your free time or something? I was like, no, I just like decided to do it because they always leave their chalk out. And I did it like a few more times just for like the kids in the neighborhood, just out of boredom and stuff like that. And I could draw, like, you could show me a picture of like a cartoon character and I can pretty much draw it, from a picture on a phone to like almost any scale without looking at the picture, just from memory. So I did that, and then we moved up to Minneapolis, and I started like painting more just in general. And I've never painted my whole life. Started painting a little bit just in my free time, and I did the chalk thing a little bit more. And my wife was like, I wonder if there's like any like street art competitions you could do. You could like go and do this for like, either for fun, but like where a lot of people would see it. So I kind of did a little bit of research online and figured out like one of the biggest street art competitions in the Midwest was like 10 minutes from my house.
Wow. Okay.
Like it literally just worked out, and I put in a late submission to like get approved to do it, and I got approved, and I hadn't done like anything big before. So what they do is they give you a 10 by 10 foot section, and you can draw whatever you want, but you're next to people that do this professionally. Like I do it as a hobby. The people that are all around me doing it, this is all they do. They do street art with chalk and pastels on the ground, and they fly them all over the world to do it. Like Dubai, they've been to. The first year I did it, the guy right next to me had quit his job doing animation at Pixar for Disney to do chalk on the ground full time. So like that's how much money you can make doing it. So like to me it seemed like unbelievable that you could make close to $150,000 a year just drawing chalk on the ground. If you were really good, obviously. I mean, you're not gonna just walk into that one day. But it was so I did that and met a lot of cool people, and it was I've been doing that the last like 3 or 4 years. 2 years ago, I did a bunch of Bored Apes, and there was like 3 people out of I think they said like 50,000 people attended it, like, people to view these. There was like 3 people in the whole lot that knew what a Bored Ape was. And last year, I did meerkats. I did a bunch of meerkat millionaires. And next year I'll probably do OK Bears. It's just like, I just love doing it. I get like a little spiff for doing it. I'm not a professional. I'm like considered to be an amateur. So I still get paid. I get paid to do it, but it's not like crazy money or anything like that. I mostly do it for fun. It basically just pays for my materials.
Yeah, because I know they wanted to do like street art all over the world, and with the OK Bears and stuff, and that would be probably
oh yeah, if they were gonna do that, sign me up. Kais, hit me up.
Yeah, Kais, Subi,
I'll do it 100%.
Get our man here, because honestly, I thought that's what they were gonna do, and I think that's what they're planning on doing with the competitions. Maybe I think you can apply for that and be like, look, I want to make a mural and stuff. OK Bears, kind of like stuff like that, and I'm sure at one point it's gonna be one of the contests for sure.
Oh yeah, and I've met, through doing this show that I've done, once a year the last 4 years, I've met a ton of people like in that industry that do it professionally. So if it was like, they wanted to get a ton of people to do it, I could just put the feelers out to these people that do it professionally and be like, hey, this is an opportunity. So I got the hookup on the street artist for sure. Hit me up, guys, for real.
Well, that's why I was looking at the new honeypot that they were they brought up in Discord.
Yeah,
so I'm looking at applications, but I didn't see anything for artists. But I'm sure like for competitions, they might have like street art competition or something like that. I think that would be a good idea to pitch. I mean, if they watch my podcast,
yeah, man, like you said, I'm only your second or so interview on here. I mean, sky's the limit, man. If you could start interviewing a bunch of bears and just people from the space, who are your top 3 people, anyone in the space? I'm asking you a question now. Who are your top 3 people you'd like to get on your podcast?
The 3 that I have lined up right now is JP. I want to talk to Drims. I want to talk to Subi. Subi's the guy who got me in. He gave me personally the whitelist, and I really want to talk to him. Top guys that I really want, like I want Frankie Blanco. Okay. I want Nate Rivers.
Okay.
I would love Justin Ape. Like these are the big guys that I really want.
Sure.
Yeah, but I have a few other guys, like people that I haven't contacted yet, but I really like Arj, Laser, Coleman Freeman, Pitumu, This is the list I have in front of me. You know, of people that I would want to have as a guest.
Yeah, man. I mean, most people in the space are really cool. Like, all you got to do is just DM them and ask. And like, I would say more often than not, they'll, get back to you. The first person I really connected with in the space outside of people in the Meerkats was Saint Eclectic. Yeah, so he's like he's a Bored Ape holder, and he's pretty. I think he's pretty big into all NFTs, but he's like a big thread guy. So he has a lot of informative stuff, and I reached out to him really early on for just advice and stuff. And he was, he had like 30,000 followers, and I reached out, and I didn't think there's a chance in hell he was gonna message me back. And we just messaged back and forth like we were friends. It was super cool, man. And I didn't think that was gonna be possible with somebody with that kind of following, but it turns out like most of the people, you can just message them and they'll message you back. It's super chill.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know. I think some of these guys are doing it full time and stuff,
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think after you get to a certain following and you decide, hey, like I'm gonna try to do something with my brand that for the good, or I'm gonna try to shill as many things as I can and just make as much money as I can.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think when you get to that point, it's kind of like a crossroads, because I mean, like, as much as people hate the people that shill like different project every day, like I understand it. They probably make a killing. You know what I mean? Like it comes down to like, what's your moral compass? You know what I mean? Like me, as much as I would love that kind of money, that kind of quick money that you could get from just shilling just shit projects all day long, I don't know that I could live with myself for doing it for real. Like it's not the type of person that I am. Obviously I don't charge for anything, so it wouldn't really align with like my morals. So but I don't fade the people that do it. I mean, like, fucking get the bag, you just gotta know who to look out for, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because you can probably make a killing if you make like 25 already. Imagine you would have made 25 soul. You could have bought your cat with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, man. So I counted it the other day, and for OK Bear edits, like just between, like people that are asking me to make a new jersey and the people that I've thrown jerseys on their bears, I've done 125.
Wow.
So like, I mean, after I make the jersey, it takes me literally 3 seconds to put it on. So like, that's also like part of the reason I find it hard to like charge people for something like that. Like after I make the jersey, it takes very, very little time to do the edit after the layout's already done. But like when I make a jersey from scratch, like the soccer ones that I've done recently and all the football ones, the jerseys themselves take like an hour and a half to 2 hours to do. And if they have, any sort of texture on the jersey where I need to make it look like it's, a gradient or shadows and stuff like that, it can take longer. But like generally speaking, it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours for every new jersey that I do. But I mean, they're not NFTs, and honestly, I think the biggest thing that holds me back from charging money for them is copyright shit. Because I'm using the NFL logo, Nike's logo, Puma's logo. Like, think that there's probably something wrong with charging people for like copyrighted logos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which you can do without putting the Nike sign on it, kind of,
Yeah, so like the Nike sign, I edited it so it's like a drip Nike logo.
Yeah, okay.
So like all the Nike logos on all the NFL jerseys are like drippy logos. So it's like not really the Nike logo, but I mean, like, there's no doubt that it's a Nike logo. It's just different.
Yeah.
And I thought about like for the team ones doing the instead of using the NFL logo, changing it to like OKB. You know what I mean? So it's like, cool. And I just haven't gone through and changed them yet. But like I said, the way that I see it is like, if these teams happen to see it, I'm not making any money off of it. Like if they retweet it, the way I see it, it's like, I know I'm just a little guy, but it's free advertising for them. If fucking 50 Bears want a Giants jersey, more people are going to see the Giants. So
yeah, definitely.
I mean,
I'm just throwing the idea out there, like, but have you ever seen the mutant ape, the mutant ape jersey?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, like for me, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Like if you can you can probably make a jersey for the OK Bear,
Yeah.
kind of like the merch or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
it
for
could be
sure.
pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause
I mean, tons of ideas too, man. It's just getting the time to do them, and like I said, dude, I get a lot of DMs for these new ones and stuff like that, and I'm fine with it. It's just like I don't want to bum anybody out by not getting to somebody.
Yeah.
So like if somebody requests something, like I'm gonna do my very best to either do it right when they tell me to or get it on a list for the future. And it's just I'm not somebody that's gonna turn down somebody. It's just like I have a really tough time saying no to people when they ask me for edits. And
you have a heart of gold, my friend.
I appreciate it, man. I just it's just not my character. Not like saying no is bad, but it's tough for me to say no.
Yeah, so it's funny because one of my questions was gonna be like, do you plan on starting your business, or if you, I was gonna throw it out there like, I need a banner for my podcast,
Sure. No, I have done banners for people. In fact, I have a couple requests from people to do banners for them. Well, maybe they'll kick me a tip or something like that. But I have one of the Tyos, after he saw the 49ers jersey I did for the Bears, he wanted me to put a 49ers jersey on a Tayo Robotics.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that art style, the pixel style.
Wow.
So I'm going to try to do it in like a week or two, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think I can do it, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm the type of person, like, if it looks like shit, I'm not going to put it out. If I do it like it started jersey and it looks like crap and I don't think I can do it, I'm just gonna tell the person I can't do it. I'm not gonna try to put it out. If it looks like shit, I'm just not gonna do it. Like I'm just, maybe it looks great to somebody else, but I'm kind of a perfectionist, especially with art, dude. Like I'm not gonna put out something that I know I can do better on. Yeah, so I'll attempt his TYR Deebo Samuel 49ers jersey like he wants, and I really want to try doing it, but I'm only about 50% sure I can do it and make it look good, because Tyos have a lot of stuff going on. So there's a lot of, like in order to make a jersey on a Tayo Robotics, I don't want to take anything off of the project itself. I just kind of want to edit it so that it looks like it's supposed to be like a team Tayo,
Yeah, I definitely
not necessarily
understand.
like a jerseyed Tayo, but like a theme Tayo. So I'll probably do that in like a couple weeks or something like that.
But before we leave, I want to really thank you for coming on and sharing your knowledge and sharing everything that you went through the crypto. And I'm sure that the audience and everyone who's listening is going to be really happy, especially your Elsa story is very touching, very cool story. I really enjoyed that one, and talking about just your art and everything. It was really cool.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
I hope you liked the second episode of Bear Hug Radio. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and why don't you use the comment section to nominate your favorite OK Bear. And who knows, maybe they'll be on the next episode.